Hi, everybody. Again, I'm Chris Hathaway. I serve as the board chair for the Out Center of Southwest Michigan, and welcome to another installment of Coffee with Chris and MJ. Today, we are actually joined by two special guests. I want to make sure I introduce them. Zach East, who is, everybody knows Zach, but he also serves on our board. Thank you. And then, of course, we have Andrew Fisher, who is the mastermind behind all things talent with respect to Holiday Pride.
Oh, well, hello. Hi.
Thanks for being here.
I like that title. Thank you.
Yes. We'll get it in your email signature.
Yes.
So first and foremost, how about that election, you guys? So we were just talking before we started recording, and first, yes, hello. But we were just talking about how much tension people have been carrying with the election, and how nice it was to have that breath of relief. So it's just, wow. I slept like for the first time on Saturday night. So
you know what, Chris, I woke up and realized I hardly had to like make my bed because not a blanket or sheet moved. I was solid.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good sleep.
That is good sleep. So, as all of you know, 4 very long years of having no allies in the White House. Obviously now, we've got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, whom I'm really, really excited for Kamala Harris to see what she does too. But of course, Joe, I know she's in that rainbow jacket when she's like.
You came out on all white too. I was like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
I know.
All white. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, she did. Ooh, it's so, and I'll never forget. I will never forget as long as I live, excuse me, I'm speaking. Because
yes, that's gonna be her slogan in 2024.
It is gonna be her slogan. And it's gonna be mine too. Like I am fully prepared to use that. Like I'm ripping it off. Kamala, I'm taking it.
I speak.
So, and I know this is the truth about it. So it wasn't just the hard fought, clawing and nailing through all of this past year and of course the last additional 3. But we have a lot more work to do now that that there's a decent person in the White House. So now in Michigan, we need to get Elliott Larson amended so that LGBT people in the state of Michigan have the same rights as everybody else. And that's something that the Out Center is currently involved with, has been involved with for a very, very long time. And we will continue to champion that. And in addition to into the Michigan news, did you guys notice that our Michigan Supreme Court, so both it's swayed now towards the progressive side of things, which is really exciting. So 2 progressive.
20 years.
Yes. Yeah. So things are changing. I think American politics is changing, and it'll be really interesting to see the future elections because of that. And massive, props, Stacey Abrams, like 800,000 people.
Black women.
Black women. 92% of the vote.
A country that won't support them equitably, and they saved.
And they carried this election. Ooh. Yes, there's lots of work to do, but thank you. Anyway, okay, so sorry, a little impassioned talk. But so this particular episode, we're going to talk to you guys about some great information for Holiday Pride. It's my favorite Out Center event. I think it's everybody's favorite Out Center event. So it's really, really exciting that we're able to take that same energy and passion and bring it online. Before we do that, though, we got a quick note from MJ about some other stuff that's going on.
Hey, thanks, Chris, very much. And everybody, welcome back to Coffee with Chris and MJ. I'm going to have to jump off the call to get to another meeting this morning, but I wanted to kind of like give you an update on some of the stuff that we're working on. Obviously, still doing the Safe Schools project. We have increased our programs by 225%. Yeah, because of a collaboration between LGBTQ centers across Michigan saying we're online now, anybody can attend. So we've never been able to have the bandwidth, staff, or resources to provide let's say, Meth Addicts Anonymous support groups, Alcoholic Anonymous support groups, you name it. And through a unique collaboration, kind of a radical collaboration and sharing, we're now providing that ginormous number of programs. And if you want to find out more at southcenter.org, go to the program calendar, take a look, and sign up for support programs that you might be interested in receiving or having access to. And it's all free. Again, free, HIPAA compliant and free. So anyway, there's a lot of other stuff going on. We've been so busy, but we're also excited to kind of really give you some great updates on the Out Center's annual Holiday Pride event. This coming in November, just a short 2 weeks away. This marks the Out Center's 7th annual Holiday Pride. Why we established Holiday Pride is because during the holidays, LGBT people don't necessarily have the same assurances that they're going to come back to a family or an event with friends and family that's going to be really supportive of them or inclusive, where they're coming into an environment where they don't have a sense of belonging because of, right?
Mm.
And so we started this in that light to say, here's your community, here's your family. There's the family you're born into, and then there's the family you create. The idea, of course, with Holiday Pride is to make a Southwest Michigan, a tri-county Southwest Michigan, that welcoming. So, we've been through a lot of hardships in 2020. So in a way, understanding what Holiday Pride it kind of created for, it's so much different in a lot of ways this year, because not only of the social disconnect in terms of safety, but in terms of the violence against people of color, the murder of people of color, and the need for Southwest Michigan to reconcile all of what's going on around us and within our Tri-County area to come together. It's a new normal, but we also have new expectations for our future in Southwest Michigan. We have an opportunity beyond all opportunities to change the very culture of our area. So this year, Holiday Pride always has a theme. This year, it's community is everywhere, home is anywhere. Because we now understand that we can connect virtually anywhere and everywhere with people. And because we need to build a Southwest Michigan where the most marginalized people among us feel a sense of belonging, a sense of community, wherever they go. That includes the Arts District of Benton Harbor, wherever they go, and can make their home in any location because they're going to be safe no matter where they choose to live. Come on now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a moment in time for Southwest Michigan to kind of reconcile with itself. The history it has set really for itself, and the potential to reconcile that history with the future we need as a country. The future we need as a country in this new frame. And it's a very amazing new frame. Black Lives Matter. The first and amazingly largest march ever between St. Joe and Benton Harbor. A relationship between those cities that, to be honest, in my kind of thought about it, represents the best possible presentation of the worst of our country as a legacy regarding racism, right?
Absolutely.
So, and suddenly we're joined, and so, but we can't stop, right? So I want to say too that the executive committee of the board and I have been talking about the Out Center committing to be an anti-racist organization and going through the steps of awake to woke to work, where the organization throughout its levers of power has evaluated or will have evaluated its position, its practices, its processes, and reestablish a board that has that kind of equity at its core, but also anti-racism at its core. Because we also understand that LGBTQ people of color are even more at risk.
Mhm.
So again, I want to say it's an amazing time to use the times that we have lived through for the past 4 years, specifically 2020. Oh my God.
Mhm.
And to really create an organization that has muscle and vibrancy in helping to usher in a changed culture in our area. We're at the boards of schools, of healthcare, of funders, foundations and whatnot, having these dialogues right now. So it's exciting. I'm so interested in the future of this organization in Southwest Michigan, and excited to be a part of it. Holiday Pride is an integral part of all of this, right? In terms of bringing people together.
Yeah.
So I want to say, we're so excited to have Zach East. Oh my God, the Zach East, right? As this evening's MC. This is the first for us, and we couldn't be happier. And to have Andrew Fisher, the Andrew Fisher and Friends, as the musical glue that binds us to each other and lifts us up, connecting us all to the better angels of our nature. This is Holiday Pride 2020. Community is everywhere, home is anywhere. This is us. This is Southwest Michigan, right? I'm so sorry. It's 5 minutes to the time I need to be on another call. So I have to jump off to get to that call. So before I go, Zach, can you introduce yourself a little bit more? Not that you need to, because everybody knows you. To folks. And then I got to say goodbye. So it's now Coffee with Chris, Andrew, and Zach at this call. Love you all. Have a great morning and rest of your day. There's so much to be excited about. Carry that excitement, hope, and love and empathy forward into every interaction of your day. Peace and love out.
Thanks, MJ. Take care.
Yes, thank you very much. And I just want to say on behalf of Andrew and there's a lot of pressure here to make sure Holiday Pride is going to go off without a hitch. But honestly, we also really need to thank Ryan Cheevers from Little Red Fern Productions, who is really helping us put together all of these things in bits and pieces, and I'm sure, again, Andrew, you would probably agree with me that if we tried to do all of what we plan to do for Holiday Pride live over video, you and I would probably just go off somewhere and drink on our own and not have to spend anything. Because that's a lot of work.
Oh my gosh. That's an understatement. We get drinks and then we would go do something else, go to the beach and just reflect for
many moments.
Add more stress to the day. No, I really want to just reiterate that, I might be the guy who happens to be hosting this, but really it's the bits and pieces of everything that will be assembled for this great show between Andrew's performances, all of the people that we are going to be speaking with in the community who are fantastic allies and businesses, people who are making a real impact and a difference. I'm just an idiot that hosts a radio show. I am nothing comparative to all of the things that we're going to pack into the show. I'm just going to be kind of the glue that just happens to be seeping around some of it. So that's how I've described my input. But I do the morning show on 98.3 The Coast. It's pretty easy for me to get up and stand in front of a whole crowd of people or stand on video and do the same thing. So I offered up my services not only as an entertainer, but as a person who, again, the Out Center is near and dear to my heart as a new board member for 2020. And as we started the new year, we actually did that in, what was it, Chris, February? I think it was.
What?
Our first board meeting together.
Oh, it was March. March is our annual meeting.
Was it March? Okay. So we did actually see each other before the world shut down.
And
when
then
you guys got to meet in
left.
person?
Yeah, in person, we enjoyed it. We all
It was
met
fun.
each other in some cases because we didn't know each other. And then immediately after that, we've all just simply tried to run the Out Center virtually from there on out with all the various different aspects of what we do, including the fundraising events that we typically are part of course, Holiday Pride being the biggest one. So I am superbly honored to be part of this process. And I've done so much virtual work this year with many other organizations, including my own at Midwest Family, to kind of change how we interact and engage with audiences. And I'm really happy to bring my expertise to do this and to be part of it. So this time of year, though, is an extremely important time to me. I always love the holiday season, and I just couldn't imagine not being involved in making sure Holiday Pride still had a chance to live on, and perhaps in a format that we can utilize even going forward, whether we do it in person or not. We've still got elements of it from what we're going to produce this year that might actually live forward. So that's what's pretty exciting. There are a lot of bits and pieces to this show that, again, are a little bit different and perhaps a little more about the people who are involved in our community. More than what you might expect if you attend a Holiday Pride event that would happen in person in the past. So we're doing as much more as we can to really, truly bring the community forward into this event. And that's what's exciting to be part of it and the reason to be part of it. The interview, or I should say the evening's event, is going to also really be a watch it anytime you'd like sort of event. Yes, it will premiere Saturday night, November 21st at 7 p.m. on all the different various channels that the Out Center has access to: our Facebook page, our Instagram, our YouTube channel, our Vimeo, if you can navigate there, the outcenter.org website as well. Just any place where we could stick a video and hope that people will find it. And we hope that you will then find it throughout the holiday season. Perhaps watch it a few more times as well, especially with the performances that'll be in there from Andrew Fisher and friends, which we'll hear about in just a second. But there is, of course, the chance to help the Out Center when needed most. And that is truly, with this event, making a donation if you appreciate what we had the opportunity to produce and bring forward to the community. And in addition to that, the Afterglow event that we would like people to be a part of as well. It's really easy to be involved in helping to put together a watch party and be part of the Afterglow event as well. If you want some more details on that, we'll have them posted at outcenter.org. You can also email Mary Jo, which her contact information is also on the website. And folks can reach out to individuals like Chris and I. Carly, who also manages a lot of our events that have been going on here as a volunteer, another volunteer board member. So there are plenty of people to talk to about getting involved, hosting a watch party, and a whole litany of other ways to support the Out Center as part of this event, and in really any way in which you think you can support the Out Center, whether that's volunteer time, whether it's a donation, whether it's the gift of a talent like what Andrew is doing for us. All of those things matter, and we appreciate them very much. So, Chris, if you let me, I'll talk the entire meeting, so I better shut up.
No, I did want to say something though, because when you mentioned that, there are many small parts to make up, this larger thing. I think that that's something, that a lot of people need to recognize, that nonprofits rely on an army of people, to make something something happen. So this is, real life. People have jobs, people have responsibilities, children, whatever. So one person, can't run the whole gambit. So having a team of people to do many small things really, really matters. So if you've been thinking about how you can support your local nonprofit, it doesn't have to be us. I would love it to be. But if there are other ones that you'd like to support as well, volunteer. Ask what small thing you can do to help, because they need it. We need it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Andrew, I didn't come up with the brilliant idea of trying to get you deeply involved, as much as we keep asking every year and pulling you in for as much as we can.
Oh my.
But honestly, an entire group of people who met together had the idea that you have to be part of this, that your continued involvement in this every year has been a major part, and that's not just Mary Jo telling us what to say. We all believe that
No. Holiday
your
Pride is
involvement-
synonymous with Andrew Fisher and Friends. I mean,
Yes.
that's the deal.
It is. I honestly have to tell you, it is an absolute honor. I've done this this will be the 4th year I've been a part of doing this, and I have to say, this is the thing I look forward to every single year. And that truly, and for me, if anybody who knows me, I'm a very sentimental person. When I decided to do music many, many moons ago, one of the main tenets I always believed in was it was a means for us to come together in so many different capacities, whether I'm on the stage, whether you're in the audience. It's all about being together. And I remember when Mary Jo asked me 4 years ago now, to be a part of it, I had to jump. I had to say yes, please. And the funny thing was, I hadn't done anything like this before at that point. I have put things together. I'd kind of been a part of putting a concert and event together at that time, but to me, doing this for the Out Center represented something that was, for me, most meaningful. And not just me as a musician, me as a performer, me as somebody corralling people together, but what it represented and what the people who were in that room listening to what we were doing or being there with us, what that actually meant. And for me, for me, and I've told this to many of you at the Out Center, for me, this event represents the pinnacle of what I do. The abilities that I'm able to do, the people I'm able to bring with me to do these events has just been amazing. I've over the years have had a good, a cycle of people coming through, performing that, being able to have the musicians and people I've been able to work with do it. But most importantly, being able to help. And like Zach, you said earlier, being one of the many parts of this machine and seeing it become something very beautiful, it's something that touches me every single time we do it. And that truly is how I feel about it. And the fact that I've become, I guess, a major fixture of Holiday Pride, to me, gives me pride. I mean, that gives me the most pride. It does. It definitely does. I have learned so much. I've considered myself to be, for a long time, a very open, accepting person. And just the past several years, being able to be that much more with my brothers, sisters, and other, doing these events, I've been able to see the world in a broader scheme, broader way. And this year, especially as a person of color, I have to say the LGBTQ community, for everything that they've done in helping us with this battle we've been waging for a long time. Just the outpouring of love, the outpouring of support, not only for people of color in the LGBT community, but those of us who are allies as well. To see how truly a group we all can be when we're all wanting the world to be a better place, how much work we can put together. And with 2020, I mean, for a very long time, I was saying, like, come on, 2020, there's always something else. There's always got to be, we lost Kobe. We had Trump in office. We had the election. We have so many things, just over and over again. And, so many, and everybody's been with coronavirus. There was a moment where you kind of would feel, what is this going to look like in the future? What are we going to move on? And the outpouring of people I see doing things like this makes me reminds me that how important an organization like the Out Center is. Reminds me of why I love doing what I do. Because I'll be honest with you, as a musician, I got hit pretty hard. A lot of artists that I know, we got hit really hard with COVID because we weren't able to do what we love to do. But having something like this really, really, really reminds me of not only why I love doing what I do, but I'm always grateful to all of you for letting me do this. I mean, honestly, you guys let me express in an artistic way, emotionally and thoughtfully and all this stuff. And I have to say I'm excited. And it's, like Zach said, this is going to be a good event. There are a lot of things I'm calling back to, actually, in a lot of ways. When they discuss with me the idea of the theme for this year, the community is everywhere, home is everywhere. And I was thinking about that, being back home. And I feel finally, for the first time after this past weekend, go Biden, Harris, amen. Yes, hallelujah. I just got to say that. But there was a semblance of what was said by Joe Biden that I think is very important about bringing back the spirit of our country.
Mhm.
And especially when it comes to empathy, and especially that be the thing that reigns true. And for me, that's what this represents, is despite how difficult it may be for us to be apart, that we can still find ways to be together.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that, and this is a testament to this organization and this event, Holiday Pride I've always pushed myself as a musician every time I do these. And one of the things that I did the second year I hosted was I arranged a choral piece called Sing Your Own Song. And I wanted to bring that back because I haven't done it since then. I wanted to actually read excerpt of the words because I think it represents so much. And it goes like this: for those who work so very hard to make their talents fly, it's hard when what gives so much joy can make you cry. But hold on tight to who you are. Don't lose the joy to please the crowd. And if they still don't understand, you'll have to sing a little louder. Just sing your own song. Use your own voice. Your voice is not a thing to be afraid of. And when they hear it ring true, there's not a thing they can do to take away the music that you're made of. Don't let them take the music that's inside of you. And to me, I remember when I heard that song, and I heard originally I heard it from a gay men's chorus that did it in California, and I was like, I need to bring this to our area, bring it to Holiday Pride. And so when we did it, I did it with the Southwest Michigan College Select Group Choir. And I asked them again if they can do it this year. And so there will be a virtual choir that we're going
that's going to be so cool.
Yeah. I want to do it. I was going like, it's going to be, it's
virtual choir. Oh my God.
Yes. So that's something that when I was asked to do this, I'm like, what I wanted, Zach, I know you can relate to this. Sometimes you're in these modes where you're doing creative work and you're like, what's the thing that I can do that I'll probably never get any sleep on? I'm probably going to be like dead tired. But
I'm going to get zero pay.
The hardest thing ever.
Yes.
What is the most craziest thing I could think of doing? I was like,
it's called Passion Project. Yes.
And that's what this represented. I said it's happening. And so they're right. And in fact, this week they'll be submitting their videos. And I think, and they've done a couple of them with me. And I was like, you guys, please come back. And as soon as I mentioned Holiday Pride, they were like, oh my God, we get to do it again. And things like that. And I brought Aiden Chanel. He's offering up original music for the evening as well. And I was with him yesterday. We were recording the videos. I'm submitting 2 songs, and so is Aiden, that we're going to have sparse throughout the event. That he chose original music. I chose music that I will have to say, when I chose the music to do for this event, I had in my mind, no matter what the results of the election were going to be, that this was going to be a cause for celebration. And I truly believe that. And with this community, especially these last 4 years, is how dark as things have been, being able to celebrate is still important to me. So I was like, no matter what happens, we're going to celebrate. I have to tell you, the music is going to be very, very, let's just say that I won't spoil anything, but I have to say it's going to be nice to hear the music that I chose, especially after this weekend. So it's definitely going to.
I hear you. Okay.
You're definitely going to be like, yes, that's right. Yes,
took some risks. Yes.
Yes, I rolled the dice and I came up and I won, or I came up together.
You gotta, what is it? What do the kids call it? Manifesting. You gotta manifest it, Andrew.
I manifest the. How this is going to happen. I will tell you, there's a little bit where I was like, I don't know if this is going to, it's fine.
Just go all in. Yeah.
Just go all in. And that's the thing to me that's why I love, once again, I can't say it enough. This is why I believe an organization like this is so important. Truly is. I in ways in my life understand what it means to not feel like you're in a community, to not feel like you're part of something, especially around moments where you see other people celebrating, especially the holidays, other events and things like that, and you don't feel a part of that community. And to have something like the Out Center, to me, is if I could do this for the rest of my life, I'll be happy, let alone grateful. And truthfully, there are times in my life where I come across people that I can see how passionate they are. And everybody who I've seen a part of the Out Center is not only passionate, but they are so invested in human beings that I think that's what we need most of all now. People who are invested in human beings. And that is the least going on at the Out Center.
That's the lower control limit.
Yeah.
Like that's the starting line.
That's the baseline. Absolutely. And so for all of you who know who I am and who've, been a part of Holiday Pride, thank you once again for letting me do this. And I it's an honor. Every single year, it's an honor. For those of you who have not even heard of Holiday Pride, I'm telling you, be a part. It's family. It's like we're going into, even though we're not going to be in the same room this time physically, it's always like we're going into the family room. We're just going to chill and hang out and just express how much we care about one another. So I implore you to listen. And honestly, I implore you to support the Out Center. I mean, I've got to see firsthand, as once I said it before, I'll say it again, as a person of color, seeing people rise up this year gave me hope, especially during the darkest moments of the earliest part of this year. I will be honest, I sat there and I was going like, man, is it just me against the world? Is it just we're going to have to figure this out on our own? But to see people coming out in droves when they didn't have to, and all they cared about was, it's not right, we need to do something about this. And having an organization like the Out Center, I mean, please, if you have anything to help support, like Kristen, like Zach said before, if that's your talents, if that's your ability to spread the word, if that's a couple bucks, whatever that may be, because these are the things that carry our society forward. These are the organizations that carry our society forward. These are the people that, when we talk about how this country is great, this is what makes our country great. This is what makes our community great. And I can't say, I mean, like Zach said, I'm going to talk forever if you let me. But,
I'm just like this. I'm just like, okay. No, but so as I don't want to, because I will too, so I won't keep us too much longer, but I wanted to kind of say that, with 2020 being what it was, and, people here at the Out Center on calls every day, how are we going to make this work? We need more people, we need more money, we need more this, we need more that. Zach knows it's a very, very intense situation. But what makes it all worth it is when, granted, we won't be in the same physical space, but I know it's going to feel the same. When you walked into that building and all the people you knew cared about you, and you cared about them. And it was just such a very, I don't even know that catharsis is worth it, because I feel like it was a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
It's all worth it. All the hard work is worth it. And I'm super, super excited for Holiday Pride. And Andrew, would you say, you let me do this? It's a privilege to have you to work with us for Holiday Pride, truly. So I can't thank you enough. And the Out Center does very, very diligent and purposeful work. And we'd love to have your talents. We'd love to have you support us in that way. But cash works too. I don't know if you know, we accept all major credit cards.
That's right.
Through our website.
Swipe it, PayPal, whatever you got.
Whatever you want, it's fine. You can Venmo me and I'll do it. It's fine.
Yes,
I got it. But yeah, so you check out our website, outcenter.org /live is where the bulk of our online content is housed, and where will Holiday Pride be there, Zach, on the live page?
Yep, we'll probably embed some sort of video from one of the many sources there. Yeah.
Right. Yes. So our digital footprint is quite expansive, I have to say. It's lots of hard work going on there. But anyway, so I can talk too. But what I think I would like to leave this with is that as we go into the latter part of 2020, and at this point, it's almost like a declawed mountain lion. I don't support declawing cats. But at this point, what more, we're just waiting for it to take a nap. But what's going to be super special about this event, and Andrew, you kind of talked about it a little bit, is while we're all sitting in that little bubble, the last couple of years, we've had to leave knowing that the same bubble wasn't outside. And I think that this year we get to leave the virtual bubble, if you will, each of our own bubbles, knowing that we get tomorrow is better.
Yes.
This is ending, and the country that we all know and love is gonna be there, you know, in the next couple of months. So I'm really excited about that.
Yes.
But anyway, so outcenter.org/live. Thank you so much, Zach and Andrew, for being here with us on Coffee with Chris and MJ, and for all your other talents and many things that you guys do for us. Yeah, that's the wrap. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.